Hello, I will be talking about myotonic goats. I chose this subject because I think that not a lot of people know about these type of animals and what this disease is about, and I would like to educate the people know to let them know if this is a harmful disease for the animal. And also I would like to tell you that this is a great animal to choose as a pet. They are very energetic, they will not make you feel lonely, and they make a great company. So, first of all, what does myotonic mean? This is due to a congenital medical condition um, known as myotonic congenita, where the goat's muscle tenses up when the animal is startled. So this happens when they are either scared or with whether a person walks up to them or not, and they will stiff up and fall down to the ground. This doesn't mean that they fainted or that they passed out. No, it just means that their muscles have stiffened up and are unable to move. But this is only for a matter of seconds because after 5 or 6 seconds, maybe even less, they will be standing up again. This also becomes less frequent over time as they become more adapted to their environment. So when the goat is young, this disease will be more common on them since they are, we could say, new to the world. They will get scared more easily. So if a dog comes by and starts barking, the animal will get scared and will make him fall down, stiffen up the muscles. Also, if a person tries to approach and pet the animal, this could also happen. But as the animal grows older and gets used to this environment where it grew up on, the passing out, as we could say, will become less frequent because they already know that this happens. And if it still happens, the stiffness will be less tough. It would be less severe, is a better word to say. And the muscles won't get as tough as they would usually get when they are young. This condition is hereditary, so this means that the offspring of the parents will usually um, have myotonia congenita. This is due to a dominant trait. So this means that this means that practically every goat will have this condition because the gene has to be inherited from only one parent. So it can also be a recessive trait. A recessive trait is less frequently to happen. But since it can be either from a dominant trait or a recessive trait, the animal it is most likely to have this condition. When it is a recessive trait, it means that the gene must be carried by both the parents. This disease is also present in humans, and it has the same principle. In humans, it could affect the face, mouth, tongue, other muscles of the body, but it is more common on their legs. And sometimes, depending on the severity of the stiffness of the muscles, it will not let the person walk or run or do any activity. So here are some pictures. This is the first one, top left. It is an example of what a goat looks like. A Tennessee fainting goat looks like when it falls down. They usually fall over their back or to their side as they get close to the ground because of gravity. And in the bottom right, we can see two fainting goats. They have different names. Tennessee fainting goats because they originated from Tennessee. Also fainting goats for a shorter name. Stiff-legged, wooden leg. They have a lot of names. So in the bottom right, we can see an example of two fainting goats. They are usually small. They don't grow up too tall. So usually for people that want to buy goats, they usually want smaller goats for their children. If they have children and they want goat as a domestic animal, they will usually be looking for a small animal, a small goat. And these goats are small, so they are quite good for this animal, for this children. So does this condition affect them? I have been looking for a lot of information about this because I was going to make another paper about this, about how the breeding of these animals was wrong because it affected them and they felt pain. But as I kept looking for information, I didn't find anything that would support my idea. So I learned that these goats don't experience any pain during the fainting episodes. And I repeat again, they are not fainting, they are just stiffening up and just falling to the ground. So as they fall, they do not experience, as they stiffen up their muscles, they do not experience any pain. Because these goats are naturally tough animals. This is because of evolution, since these animals tend to inherit this condition, they become tougher animals. Although that these goats are good for meat production, fainting goats only exist as a breed only because humans want them around, as we can say, because this is because natural selection. If you imagine that these goats are around in the wild and a tiger sees the goat, what do you think would happen to the goat? The goat will stiffen up, will get scared and startled, and natural selection will take its place. The tiger will eat the goat. And as this keeps happening, this breed will be extinct. So we could say that this animal exists only because humans want them around. So, however, this is an unnatural selection because breeders and us humans that want to buy these animals as pets protect the weaker animals. We protect these goats from other predators, other animals that would most likely kill them or make them extinct. So there are many advantages for having this animal or any goat in general. So every goat produces milk. This goat is specially for meat production, but they also produce milk. the females, of course. So the first advantage, I put the nutritious milk. This is good for healthy skin. This prevents allergies, rashes, irritated skin, red skin. This is a great and high and alternative for lactose intolerant people because goat milk does not have lactose, which is a type of carbohydrate. So humans can degrade this milk in its whole and will not have stomach aches. So you can also make homemade cheese with the milk. This will save you quite a lot of money. Imagine all the cheese you have to buy in a month, maybe a year. You would be saving up to like $50, we could say, or more. And with homemade cheese, of course, you have to buy some ingredients, but you usually need salt and the equipment to make this. And once you have the equipment, you don't have to buy more equipment, so it is very economic. This is good also for clear land and control. These goats can eat any grass, thick brush or weeds, anything. These goats, they see grass and they will eat it. Of course, goats have preferences on what type of grass they will eat. So they will usually leave some grass around, but still they will eat anything. They will not trim perfectly, of course, because they are not machines, but they will, of course, maintain and keep your fields at a low level. They are gentle and entertaining pets. So they have a naturally soft behavior. If you have them as a baby, you can, they will become more domestic and they will be more soft and more gentle towards you, your children, and humans in general. And they are very energetic. They have a lot of energy. I know, and I am very sure you've seen videos on YouTube and on Facebook of goats jumping around other goats, jumping around boxes, fences, everything. These goats in particular, they won't usually be doing this, but because as they try to do this, at least jump a fence or something dangerous, if they think it's dangerous, they will get startled or scared and they will stiffen up and fall over. So they are energetic, but they won't usually be doing stuff that other baby goats usually do. Less greenhouse gases. By this, I mean that it is better to have a goat than a cow because a goat is smaller, and this means they will eat less, therefore less poop you will have to clean up. Of course, they poop a lot because they're always eating, but the poop is smaller, way smaller. Still, it is good for soil. So, but if you want to clean, it is smaller and it is less poop than if you have a cow or a horse. They are great companions to other animals. These goats in general are very needy and will usually need more than a goat to hang around with, as well as some other animals. They make good companions for cats, for dogs, for horses, for donkeys, any pet, because they are gentle, they are energetic, they get along with any animal. They have a great mood. So it is good for a domestic animal to keep as company for another animal. But it is recommended that if you're going to buy a goat, that you should buy another one, because since they're herd animals, they're not likely to be alone. Okay, there are also disadvantages as anything else. So the first one is that they are completely dependent on you. These animals, as they become more domestic, they become more dependent. So if you're planning on buying this animal, you have to know that you have to be very responsible and very, like, very, sure that you're gonna take care of it, that you're gonna feed it, that you're gonna make shelter, that, well, you're just gonna be all about this animal. You're gonna be practically engaged to it. You can't break that sacrifice. And it is not a sacrifice if you're sure you want this animal. They tend to be loud. These animals are really loud. If they become distressed or feel uncomfortable, they will make loud noises, like very frequently. So you have to keep in mind your neighbors that could get annoyed by this, or if you have other animals, they could make them get stressed. Certain plants can be poisonous for them. As I said before in the advantages, that they eat any grass, thick branches, or anything. And there are also some plants that are poisonous for them, so it is important to get informed on which plants could be lethal or harmful for them if you want your goat to last long, because they usually last a long life if you take care of them how you should. These animals are susceptible to anemia. Anemia is caused by a worm, that's a parasite that they eat, like that they consume while eating any grass. When the grass is wet, when it rains, and they're eating, that humidity, that's how the parasite gets in there. And as they eat the grass, they will eat the parasite, and they will have it in their body. So anemia will start to suck on their blood, and this could kill them. So you have to vaccinate the animal, check their eyes constantly to know if they have anemia or not. As I said before, they need at least one companion. They are dependent and don't do very well on their own because they are herd animals. They have always been like that, and they will most likely be depressed, sad, lonely, because they need a companion. And they can be cheap, but not for free. You have to keep in mind that having a goat includes vaccines, veterinary bills, food, shelter, and of course hygiene. So you have to know that they have some advantages, and some stuff come for free, like the milk and the cheese. But you also need to keep in mind that you need to keep the animal alive. So you have to purchase stuff, you have to take care of it, their health. It takes money as well. So you have to know that there's another part for this. Caring for this animal. It is important to keep them away from poisonous plants. As I said before, they can eat any grass, but there are also plants that can be poisonous even for humans. So you have to keep them away from those plants. You have to provide them with a companion, as I also said before, at least one more goat, and the breed doesn't matter. If it is the same species, a goat, that will do. And if it's more than one goat, better. The more the merrier. You have to provide them their full supplement of vitamin blocks and minerals. Of course, they won't be healthy enough by only eating grass. You have to all provide them with vitamin blocks, so you provide them with the full nutrients that they need, so they're stronger, and provide more milk, let's say, and be stronger against other parasites as well. So that's why you need to provide them the vitamin blocks and the minerals that they lack of. You have to vaccinate them and inject them against anemia. As I said before, goats are usually susceptible for anemia. A good thing about myotonic goats is that they are strong against this parasite, but that doesn't mean that they won't get it. And the most obvious one is love them. They are animals, and animals, most of them, have feelings. You won't see them, but they still love to be petted, to be loved, to be kissed, and everything. So that's why you will have a goat with you and with your children, because they want to be loved as well. So in the top left picture, we can see a person supplementing vitamins, also vaccinating, and we can see also that they are taking their temperature to know if the animal has a fever or not. This is important as well because they get sick, and you will know how to treat them then. And in the bottom right picture, there's a person cutting their claws, let's say, with a sort of scissor. This is very, very important that you do to your goat, because if you let the claw keep growing and growing, this could harm their leg and create a deformity on their leg and make it harder for them to walk, to run, to play, to be energetic. So you have to keep them safe. And also, if you don't cut the claw, parasites could also get there. The poop can get stuck there, stay there, he can get sick. So it is important that you do this. Well, as I said before, they make great companions with any animal. Of course, with a dog is good. You have to love them, make him have a good relationship with your other animal. Try and make them get along, so this way you won't have a war at your house. And last of all, here are some tips for when buying these goats. Know what they eat. This goes back to knowing which plant is poisonous for them, which plant will be good for them, for their digestive system, the supplement of vitamin blocks and minerals, etc. Also, ask yourself, why do you want to buy a goat? Some people want to buy a goat for milk, some for their fur, for fabric, for the meat, just for fun, for a domestic animal. Let's say you just want to buy this goat because you want to see it faint. You have to ask yourself, why do you want to buy a goat? What age do you want it to be? Of course, you have to keep in mind if you want a baby goat so you can raise it and mold it how you want it to be, or if you want an older goat so you can start breeding and having your own babies. Can I just buy one goat? The answer to that is obvious. No. If you want your goat to be happy, you at least have to buy another goat. In some farms, usually when you buy one goat, they make you a discount if you want to buy another goat from that same farmer. Because they are herd animals, they need to be accompanied with at least another friend. And last, choose a breed. If it's for dairy, if you want your milk, well, choose a breed of goat. If it's for milk, for milk. For meat, well, here's the Tennessee fainting goat, which is for the meat goat. Or fibers and fabric. There are also goats that produce a lot of fibers and fabric, and people use it to make rugs or curtains or other type of, well, fabrics. And, well, that's about it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I informed you the best I could. Me, myself, I would love to buy a fainting goat. I still haven't had the chance, but I highly recommend this. They are very economic. They make happy everyone. They are great animals. Thank you for your attention.